Hey everybody, Mark here. Let's take a look at how to play Will the Circle Be Unbroken today. Now, I have written the chorus out with the chords over the words, and I did it the old-fashioned way by hand because that's the way I learned, and it's easier for me to put the chord right over where the change occurs, if it's in the middle of a word or whatever. There may be a way to do that on the computer, but I can do it quicker by hand. So that's what that is. Let's take a look at that. If you'll notice, it ends with a C in a square. That's an optional turnaround chord that you can use there. So those are your chords. If you want to write those down, pause it and write those down. Now let's take a look at it. The pattern for the right hand, I'm going to get it up here first. I'm holding a G chord with my left hand, just so you know. If you're playing with a flat pick, I'm going to play the 6th string and strum, and then the 5th string and strum. And if you've got a good ear, you may hear that mine doesn't sound like a strum too much. Being a thumb picker, I generally just claw all those at the same time, so it doesn't sound like a strum anyway, but it works. Okay, back to the left hand. Here we go. So the song starts with a G chord. Now what my right hand is doing, I'm going to play the 6th string and strum, and then the 5th string and strum. And the way the lyrics come in, when I start that, I'm going to play 6 strum, 5 strum, 6 strum, and then when I play the 5th string, that's where the lyrics start. Okay? I am the world's worst singer, so I'm not going to try to sing for you. I may throw a word in here and there so you can kind of tell where we are. I'm going to go through this, and I'll call out the chord changes as I go through them. Okay, here we go. Will the G7, C, back to G, stay in G, E minor, G, E minor, D, G. That C right there was the one in the box. If you look at that diagram, you can use that as a turnaround, or you could just stay in the G chord if you wanted to. Okay, that's a very basic way to do it, and that works fine. If I could sing, I would be happy with that, but I'm not a singer, so I have to add things to it a little bit. Now, let's look at the next level of rhythm, and let's walk into the chords. To get into the G chord, I'm just going to play the 6th string open, then in the 2nd fret, and then my G note right there on the 3rd fret. And that can serve as my pickup note, so I can go, will the circle, and I'm right into the same pattern that I was doing before. When I go to the C, I walk into it the same exact way, except I'm doing it on the 5th string. Notice the alternating bass there. You could do the C chord this way with using your little finger and not have to alternate that, whichever you prefer. But we're going to walk into those chords. Oh, to get from the G to the E minor, we're going to just do it backwards. That's your E minor. Walk into your G chord. G7, C, back to G, back into G, E minor, G, E minor, D, G. And there's my turnaround. So that's the second way to play it. For the third way to play it, we're going to do the same thing with the right hand, but after we play and strum, we're going to add an upstroke, okay? But everything else is going to be the same. Let me see if I can get where we can see the left hand. We're going to walk into G, G7, C, G, G, E minor, G, E minor, D, G. There you go. Now, one quick word, that D, you might want to try a D7. You might like the way that sounds better. I'm in the habit of playing the D chord because when I play it on my own, I'm not a singer, I'm more of a fingerstyle player, and I use some notes out of that position when I'm playing, you know, Chet Atkins type playing. So you might prefer the D7. All right, let's put an intro on that now. I'm going to go to this G chord, and I'm going to take these two notes out of it, and I'm going to work that double stop scale that I've talked about in previous videos. So we're going to think of the lyrics, in the sky, Lord, in the sky. So I'm coming back down to this G. I'm first and third string out of this G chord. That's all it is. And that little lick on the end, that's just a pull off from the fifth to the third. And then play the fifth to the third on the second string and back to your G note. Not much to it, but that's your intro. Here we go. All right. Then you would go into your chords. Say you want to take a lead break. I'm going to come back to this position here, and we're going to do a simple little solo here. I'm going to start on the third string, which is coming right out of that position. And it's in the 7th fret, so I'm going to play it there, and then the 9th fret, and then the second string on the 8th fret. So it's will the circle, playing two notes on that second string. B is right here on the first string. Back to the second string in the 10th fret. Broken. So that whole thing looks like this. By and by. I think you can see that well enough to follow that without me having to go through it. If you like a little bit more of a challenge, I'm going to show you another solo. We'll do the solo in 2 levels also. I'm playing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, and I'm hammering on, or not really a hammer on, I'm playing that note. That's the E note with my little finger. It's on the 2nd string. It's that same 2 notes that we started with down here. And then for my G note, I'm playing the double strings. That's the 1st and 3rd string. I'm jumping from that G to this G. And that's all I'm doing. Will the circle be, will the circle be unbroken by and. Now that is a C, so I'm trying to move my fingers where you can see it. 1st string, 3rd string, but it's coming out of this C chord. Back to my G. Watch that again. Starting over. Changes here. That's basically what you did on the intro, except when I did this lick, I played the chord. You could use that for an ending. Okay, just some closing thoughts on playing this song. If I've got a couple of friends over and we're just jamming out, I'll stretch it out and see what I can do and learn. That's how you learn. But if I'm playing for an audience, I think the subject matter of this song, and this is just my opinion, you can do what you want to do. I'm not going to be there to tell you different. But if you understand the message of the song, this song is about your mother's funeral. So to me, it's not a time to step up front and say, hey, look what I can do and show out. Try to keep it respectful. If I was playing this song, I would probably use that second rhythm pattern. And then if I took a lead break, I would stay very basic like I did. If I'm doing it at home by myself, I supplement that a good bit. And throw some other things in there. But that's just for learning purposes. And this is a great song for that. But, just try to relay the message of the song. Hope you enjoy that. See you next time.